these two have. Italy holds a special spot in the hearts of Shannon and Eric, and they are delighted to be able to share this wonderful place with all of you. Shannon and Eric have forged memories with those that are here, often long before they ever knew each other. These cherished memories and lived experiences have helped to form them and guide their paths together, eventually leading to their marriage today. I cannot think of a better place to start their lives together. As Shannon's brother, this is an exceptionally special opportunity for me to be here, standing today. Most people never get the chance to perform at a wedding ceremony for two of the most important people in their lives. They won't realize how incredibly humbling it is to be publicly recognized as the most important, trustworthy, and handsome person that you mutually know. And despite nixing my best ideas to appear in a cloud of smoke, riding in on a stallion, or doing the entire ceremony in a scroll from Old English, I'm incredibly honored to be standing here today, ushering you into the rest of your lives together. The celebration of the marriage ceremony spans nearly every culture, religion, and society and generation. It is something so critically important that we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with our closest friends and family. We stand up here in front of everyone and proclaim our love for each other because love is truly the most important thing in the world. It is the simplest and greatest force, the one universal truth, that and math. It is something that we all treasure, a story in which we all take part. That is why you two are standing here. And that is why you all are here gathered. We have loved in our lifetimes, and today we are reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of our humanity. Authors, poets, and philosophers have tried for millennia to define love and marriage hundreds of thousands of ways. I would know because I read quite a few of them preparing for today. What I've learned is that love cannot be defined because it's meant to be felt. Love is not singular and constant. Love can be fragile, fickle, fleeting. Love can be robust and unshakable. Love exposes you and leaves you vulnerable, while simultaneously anchoring you and shielding you from harm. Out of all these variations in how love is experienced, there is one constant. We all know love when we see it, and we see it here today. Love isn't a moment. It's not even this moment, but a million cherished moments, some huge and others seemingly insignificant. It's not just the first house you buy or having your first kid. It's not just the first time you've said, "I love you," or the day you got engaged. It's the space between the milestones in your life. It is life itself. It's the journey, not the destination. When you love someone, it shows in everything you do. All of us here today have our own love stories. Some are short, others long. Some are yet unwritten, while others are just getting to the good part. There are chapters in all of our stories that are sad or disappointing, and others that are exciting and full of adventure. And today, we take part in Shannon and Eric's story. We take time to pause, look back, and smile at all the moments that brought them here, and time to look ahead at all the moments that are still to come. Shannon, Eric, your moment started 12 years ago during your first year of law school, specifically spring break of your first year of law school. Who could have guessed that over a decade later, you would be marrying the guy you played trivia and darts with on your first date? That he not only tolerated, but adored your cat, despite his severe allergies, might have been a clue. But whether you knew it or not, that night you both found your person. The person who is just right for you. The person who is loving, kind, supportive, even in the hard moments. The person who will keep you on your toes and makes you laugh when you need it the most. The person you can travel with, have picnics in Mitchell Park together, and watch F1 free practice, qualifying, and the race all together. The person who energizes you just by being in the same room. The person you can turn to with anything that will love you for who you truly are and not who they think you want to be. That night, That night, you found your best friend, your person. Shannon, you are marrying someone who is incredibly generous, loyal, and supportive. Eric is a remarkably hard worker and gives everything in what he does. I would expect no less in your marriage. He is smart, funny, honest, and remarkably devoted to your cats. He fits incredibly well with our family and has become the extra brother we didn't know we needed, but now can't live without. Eric, you are marrying someone who is beautiful, empathetic, and fiercely loyal. Shannon has no shortage of passion and drive, and she will pour her heart and soul into making your relationship fun and strong. She is smart, creative, and very inquisitive. You will never get away with anything for the rest of your life, but you will also never have a dull moment. Anyone who spends more than a few minutes with the two of you can see just how in love you are. All the surface markers are there, the loving looks, the gentle touches, the inside jokes, and constant laughter. But your love goes far deeper than just affection. You bring out the best in your partner, enhancing each other's strengths and lifting each other up during moments of weakness. You give without expectation of receiving. You prioritize the other. You make decisions and work through issues as a team, as equal partners. You choose the other every day. And today, you are getting what your heart desires. Today, you get the incredible gift of continuing your lives together with your best friend. Dearly beloved and honored guests, we are gathered here to join Shannon and Eric in the union of marriage. This contract is not to be entered into lightly, but thoughtfully and seriously, and with a deep realization of its obligations and responsibilities. And now, Eric, do you take Shannon to be your wife? Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect her, forsaking all others, as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Shannon, do you take Eric to be your husband? Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect him, forsaking all others, as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Shannon and Eric will now exchange rings as a symbol of love and commitment to each other. Rings are a precious metal, and they are made precious by you wearing them. The ring has no beginning and no ending, which symbolizes the love between you, which will never cease. You place these rings upon each other's fingers as a visible sign of the vows, which this day have made you husband and wife. Your rings say that even in your uniqueness, you've chosen to be bound together. Let these rings also be a sign that love has substance as well as soul, a present as well as a past, and that, despite its occasional sorrows, love is a circle of happiness, wonder, and delight. May these rings remind you always of the vows you have taken here today. Eric, please place the ring on Shannon's hand and repeat after me. With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours.
With this ring, can you repeat that?
I marry you
I marry you
and bind my life to yours.
and bind my life to yours.
It is a symbol of my eternal love,
It is a symbol of my eternal love,
my everlasting friendship,
my everlasting friendship,
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
Shannon, please place the ring on Eric's hand and repeat after me. With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours.
With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours.
It is a symbol of my eternal love,
It is a symbol of my eternal love,
my everlasting friendship,
my everlasting friendship,
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
Wonderful. Marriage is something worth having, and like everything worth having, it requires work. In marriage, love is a verb and a noun. You must actively love each other every day, keeping it strong and sharp, or else risk allowing it to weaken and dull. It takes dedication, perseverance, selflessness, patience, forgiveness, and understanding. It takes two imperfect people working together, complementing each other's strengths and weaknesses. on a daily basis. You must strengthen and uplift each other, believe the best in each other. You must learn how to work through the big issues and let everything else go. It takes understanding and attention to the little things, remembering the good times during the bad, and telling Shannon a time at least 45 minutes before you actually have to leave in order to actually leave on time. Remember to put each other first and to love each other fiercely. And one day, your marriage will be the ones that your kids aspire to. It is my honor and delight to declare you married. Go forth and live each day to the fullest. You may seal this declaration with a kiss. It is with great pleasure that I present the newlyweds, Eric Biskuping and Shannon Leahy.
Hey, Matt. Oh, do I go out?
I don't know.
What's the order? Bridesmaids, you guys go?